Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're doing really well. I've been sharing this piece, Alhamdulillah, that I've been working on, and I'm going to call it remembrance. It is, there are layers and layers and layers of meaning for this piece, but the one thing that is really, really close to my heart is the remembrance of my Allah. That is the zikr of my Allah that I choose to do through my art, in my art, while I'm doing my art. I believe art as ibadat is something that made my heart come home to my Allah and connect to my creativity, not because of something that I do, but of something that I feel in myself that I need to do. It's not something that I do out of anger, desperation, or something that I can't live without, but it is something that calls me home to doing it as an act of ibadat, as an act of worship, as an act of remembering that not a single line I could draw without his permission. And if he is the one allowing me this space to create on a white sheet of canvas, then it is him that I am calling upon, that I am grateful for I am remembering through every movement of my hand as I write Allah, or as I draw an animal, or as I connect to the certain energy or a philosophy or a feeling in me. Everything that is coming out on this physical paper sheet through colors and patterns is all because he's choosing for me to be able to create that. I don't have the capacity in me to create anything that is not what he wants me to create. And that is a space where I feel so totally submitted to my Allah. And sometimes I draw a shape and I'm thinking, oh my God, does it look nice? Does it not look nice? And then I have to question myself, who are you, Hamna? Who are you to question that what he wants you to create? Let your hand flow to the moments, the seconds, the presence, of his energy that flows through you. Stop resisting, stop questioning, stop doubting, stop like looking and analyzing, what am I making, what is coming through me. Allow that what needs to get created to be created, and feel it in your bones, in your soul, in your body, in your cells, to have a connection with your Allah. For that what you feel when you are creating, meaning when that what you feel when you are in the act of ibadat, is that what he is gifting you to feel, and that feeling is allowing you to create. So you see, through feelings you are connected to him, in remembrance of him, through the lines, through the patterns, through the writing, through the shapes, through the forms, through the animals. What are you creating? You're creating that what he created for you. So you are not only in gratitude, in presence, but in zikr, in ibadat. You like totally drown yourself. Your thoughts are about him. The eyes that are being observing how the pattern is unfolding is about him. Is all a remembrance, of that what is within you is coming out of you, and both of them, the in, the out, the top, the bottom, the seen, the unseen, all of the realms, everything belongs to him, and he is in control of the seen, and he is in control of the unseen. He is the one who's allowing you to feel the certain emotions, and he's the one who's allowing you to create those emotions as your hands dance on the sheet of paper. So there's no need to question what is coming through or doubt what is coming through. For that what is coming through is the communication, the connection, the reverence, the devotion that you feel towards your Allah. So for me, praying was something that I was taught as a young girl, and it was not something that was taught to me out of love. It was out of fear. Pray, otherwise you will go to hell. But that didn't happen in art. I create because I come closer to my Allah. I don't know any other way that I can be in the presence of my Allah so consciously, to create beauty through every cell of my being, right? So I used to be very scared, and as a person, I was very rebellious. I didn't pray, I didn't read Quran the way I needed to. I did all the sort of like the normal way. Yes, I did pray, but it wasn't from my heart. It was just a ritual that I did. But in regards to Quran, I did, read the Arabic thing once, as all South Asian kids do in the religious homes. But there was no attraction or no reverence, no devotion to these rituals. And they didn't help me come closer to my Allah. And I always felt like, people around me were so much closer to Allah and I wasn't. And I didn't know how to. To be honest, I had lost the desire also to get closer to Him or to get to know Him because of the way He was portrayed to me. And years later, going through darkness, going through all the paths that that I went on, I learned that I can achieve everything and anything in this life, but if it is not in devotion, in love, in remembrance of my Allah, then that thing becomes very temporary. It is not something that will remain. And that what will not remain will also keep me in the realm of temporary satisfactions. Nothing will satisfy me unless it is created and done for Allah, in remembrance of Allah, in gratitude of Allah, in the presence of Allah, right? And for me, I could pray, but it would have no effect on me. I could read the Quran, but that would have no effect on me. And so it was very important for me to be very aware of, where I needed to go to be, or what I needed to do to be able to have Allah in my life. For there was no Allah in my life, and I suffered. I really, really suffered. And the suffering was very much based on the fact that I was very away from Him. I felt very unsatisfied, unmotivated. Things would excite me. I had an amazing business. I would still create. I've always created, I've always painted, but it was never connected to my Allah. And when I realized that I was very far away from Him, the one thing that brought me back was my art, that helped me become more aware of my whole body, that as my hands move on the sheet of paper to write His name or to create inspired by what I see and I know in the world, everything was reminding me of Him. For nothing is not created by Him. Like the feelings are from Him, the plants are from Him, the animals are from Him, the oceans are from Him, the sky is from Him, the bird flies because of Him, the whale, swims because of Him. So nothing in the world that I could see through my eyes and that what I could feel in my body was not from Him. And in that submission, I realized that art it's so powerful. It is through my art that I started becoming closer to my Allah, doing the zikr of all His names. And soon I realized that the desire to pray got activated in me. It was not the namaz, the prayer, or the Quran, or the names of Allah that are, shown on TV, or the recitation of Quran, or the 5 prayers that brought me closer to my Allah. It was the zikr that I visually wrote through my hand that helped me ground myself and come home to recognizing who he is to me and who I am to him. And that's where the love story began. So art as ibadat for me was not something that I was doing to sell these pieces to make money. Yes, alhamdulillah, I do that today because I infuse in these pieces the energy of my love that I have for my Allah, and that is what I hope and pray that it brings to other people's homes, that when you look at the piece, you're not just looking at the beauty of what is created through my vessel, but that what I have felt while I've created these pieces, which is the remembrance of him in my body, moving my hands, allowing me the space to create, to express, to be in communication with him, to silence my mind, to bring peace into my soul, to come closer to him. And that's what I hope, that when people look at my pieces and put them on their walls, are able to experience not what I have created, through Allah's permission, but that what is infused in the energy, in the unseen, in these pieces, because these pieces are inspired by his attributes, by his ayat. And when I was working on this piece, I kept thinking about as below, so above, and that what is within in our soul, that is what we give other people, and how can we purify ourselves from the inside. And then when I was reading through Surah Baqarah, the first few lines, the ayat, he says that you have to believe in the unseen. This book has no doubt, and again he said something about the unseen. And so the unseen is that white sheet of paper has nothing on it, but it is the unseen, meaning my feelings, which are not seen but they are felt, that allow me to bring out these patterns and these names and these attributes that are reflected through every single line, because they're done as an act of meditation, of presence. This is something that I teach people how to do. So in case you are ever interested in deepening your connection through your creativity, you're most welcome to join me. It's every Friday. The sessions are run through Zoom at 11 a.m. UK time. And if you'd like to watch them, otherwise, if the time doesn't suit you to join in the live sessions, you can go onto my Patreon. The link is down in the description box. That will lead you to a space where you can become a member for 7 days. Check out what I am offering, support my journey of Allah, of making other people become their own healers and allowing them to deepen their relationship with Allah through their creativity. So it really, really helps me that I have people around me who are with me, also wanting to connect to Allah in this form and way, because so many times we are told to have pray and read Qur'an, but sometimes that's not the channel that calls us, that inspires us to come closer to Allah. So maybe give yourself a chance, if you feel ready to go onto my Patreon. Like I said, 7 days completely free of charge. You can check out what all I offer. There's emotional healing sessions that you can do through art. You can activate your 7 chakras through the things that I've given. And again, you don't have to be an artist. You just have to have the desire to deepen your connection with your Allah through creativity, and give yourself a chance to try something new. And I from personal experience, I know that these sessions have really helped other people, but they've really helped me become conscious of my prayers, conscious of him in my life, his presence in my life, and how every session awakens a part of me that I did not even know needed healing or needed him to hold. And so sometimes we, when we're not praying, we think, oh my God, I'm a bad person or whatever. It's just that we don't pray because the inside of us has not been awakened to the real Allah, and we've been made to fear him. But when you fall in love with him, when you truly submit to him, surrender to him, life completely shifts. Life completely becomes miraculous, because your trust increases, your faith in Allah increases, your fears vanish. You understand the meaning of being a true Mu'min. You know that the future is in the control of your Allah, because you see, when the artwork is unfolding, I don't know what's coming through, but what I do know is that He's holding my hand and He's allowing me to create, and He's giving me the strength to hold the pen. So the ink that comes through, how it moves, what will unfold is all in His hands. And that is such a beautiful journey. With every piece you start strengthening your faith in whatever will be beautiful, because that's what He does. He only creates beauty, and He loves beauty, and He loves us, right? So nothing that you will do, or nothing that is happening for you, is happening because He wants you to be, bad or good or anything of that sort. He allows the piece to unfold, like you being the piece, to unfold in a way that you will always be journeying closer to Him, inshallah ta'ala, through whatever it is that you want to, when you choose Him. You see, you have to choose Him. You have to have that desire in you to get to know Him through zikr, through remembrance. It is so powerful, guys, to just sit there and do Allahu, 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 and to write Allahu, Allahu, Allahu. Your eyes are in submission, and remembrance. Your body is consciously sitting there writing the name of Allah. You are looking at different forms, like in this way I'm looking at lotus and trying to understand and connect to the story of the lotus. Then I'm looking at the fishes, how they're both sort of connected to each other, and they're in peace, they're in harmony, they sort of balance each other, which is the masculine and the feminine energy. Then there's a little seed of peace that is inside the lotus, right at the bottom of the piece, and that's what Allah is showing. This is what I have grounded, placed inside your ruh, and what will come out of you will be a form that He chooses for you to be existing in, the fish, the lion, the whatever it is that He chooses for you to be, and a beautiful human being, of course. And so that's the whole idea, that remembering your soul, you will be able to remember who and what created you. And through the zikr, the remembrance is a constant. It's not something you have to go somewhere to do. It is something that you are already doing. Your soul is in remembrance of its Allah, of the one who created it, of its light, of its love, of its compassion, of its mercy. And automatically, when you connect to your soul, when you connect to your feelings, when you go inwards through the process of creating art, you automatically bring out that what you have within you. Now, if you want to book me for a one-to-one session, you can send me a message. All the details are below, or join my Patreon and support me, or join my Friday sessions. Whatever you feel, if you feel, of course, guided to joining me, if my energy resonates with you. I would love to hear from you, and I hope this video explains something about art as ibadat, and inspires you to give it a chance, to connect to it, to deepen your relationship with your Allah, inshallah ta'ala. I'm sending you lots of love, light and peace, everyone. Enjoy and have an amazing day, and never ever forget, your Allah loves you just the way you are, with all your faults, all your mistakes, because you know what? He created you out of love, and He calls you His representative. Never ever forget that. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.